Hi everybody. Well, today I have the pleasure of my granddaughter, Roshana, who's going to be a part of the video. And why she's going to be a part of it is, I'm going to talk about, kids handling what would be seen as a big snake. And should one or shouldn't one allow that to happen? For me, in all honesty, I don't see why not. Jack is a very, very social boy, very friendly, and I have, as I've said many times, a complete trust with Jack, and I know that he is going to be fine with Roshana picking him up, and we are going to go outside. The sun was out. It looks like it's gone under a cloud for a little minute, but I'm pretty sure it's going to come back out. So Roshana hasn't actually got Jack out for a long time, have you?
No, not at all.
No. So I guess I'm going to have to, just jog a memory a little bit about making Jack feel reasonably secure. So basically, Shana, if you want to grab Jack from here and then grab him there. So one hand under here, one hand, I'll move out of your way. Here we go. We'll swap places. That might help a lot and get a light on. And okay, if you grab the back end, right, I'll grab the front end.
He's really
and we
heavy.
He is heavy, isn't he? And lots of people here. I'll just put him around your neck, all right, or around your shoulders. We don't actually plop him around your neck. And I'll lift this, get his tail out, which he's got crooked under his hide there. Those tails, incredibly good at gripping everything. So come on, let's get this boyo outside for a little while and let him, if you want to secure him, you know how to do it with both your hands, doll, and give him lots of support. And he's generally, I'll walk backwards and I'll make sure as we go into the dark zone that I don't trip over anything while I'm walking backwards. And Nana's luck, what does Nana do? I'm likely to trip over a dog or something on the way. But yeah, well, the sun has gone a little bit behind the clouds, which is a little bit disappointing because it was beautiful out here, and I've just got home actually, and I looked at and I thought, do you have to? Honestly, that is just the neighbour wheeling their bins up the driveway. Little bit windy, hey. Well, no, not overly, I guess, but we won't stay out for long. If that sun doesn't appear very quickly, well, then we may not stay out, I don't think, because it is honestly, guys, it's chilly. The breeze is a bit chilly, but if you've got the sun going, so we might bring him inside, Sean, and I think we'll just let him cruise around the lounge room, sweetie,
okay,
because it is chilly. And if I'm feeling chilly, people say to me, how do you know when it's warm enough to have your snakes outside? And honestly, guys, what it comes down to, if you're feeling chilly, then you know it's got to be chilly for your snakes as well. So for me, gauge it on that. If you're not comfortable and you can feel some goosebumps, then your snakes are going to be feeling it too. So, you know, Shana, well, as you can see, Jack also is cruisy, easygoing with Roshana, and Roshana has held Jack a few times, but I guess what I could sort of ask Sean, you can sit down, darling. He will ultimately venture off somewhere all by himself.
If I can sit down.
If you can sit down, just as long as you don't squish his tail.
I don't know where it is.
See, I'm so used to climbing all over the place and letting Jack, you know, go up top and climb up there and let him go. And Shana's not kind of done that before, but so what's it been like, Shana, actually growing up, coming to Nana's and there's snakes around all the time?
Well, I'm getting used to it.
You're getting used to it?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's only been years, but you're getting used to it now.
Yeah.
You know, Shana's more into her music and her dance and, you know, now currently playing touch footy, which she's got some training to do.
It's a game today.
Yeah, a game. Oh, it's a game, not a training to do. So that's kind of her interest in life. Of course, when she comes to Nan's, you know, she hears all about the snakes and everything to do with snakes. So she's still learning, even if she doesn't have a major amount of hands-on. And the main thing for me is, are you afraid of them at all, Shana?
No.
No. And that to me is what I see as being one of the important things that I can do with the young kids that come here, even if, you know, some of them are, of course, my grandchildren, some of them aren't my grandchildren, and that's what I want them to understand, is to not be afraid of them, because that is a lot of where you can learn about them. If you are fearful of them and scared of them, you're not listening to anything that I would say at all. You would just be more focused on being afraid than actually understanding them. Jack is very good at knocking things over around this place, so I'm going to kind of like move this for him, and I'm going to bring him up as well and get him scooting up rather than going down. But yeah, Shana just growing up and being around them, as I move things out of the way for them, you know, Shana growing up and being around them for many, many years, you know, of course has lessened her fear. She has watched me many times with my snakes. She's seen me feed them, you know, watched how I care for them, you know, and I've explained a lot to Shana about them as well, that they're not just these things that, you know, lay around in their homes and we don't do anything with them at all, that we do give them the opportunity to come on out and spend time with us, which is my main kind of thought process when you have snakes in your life. You know, I don't think, Shana, you're going to grow up owning or not owning, because the word is not owning, but ever keeping snakes in her life, but certainly enjoys being around them as well when she comes here. So, you know, I have Noah, of course, who will probably very much grow up with them around him in his life. It seems to be something that, you know, he is really looking forward to, being able to have them himself and not just, you know, come over here and have them in his life when he's actually at Nana's. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with children handling big snakes, touching big snakes, being around big snakes, if they are, of course, a snake that you trust, and of course that you have a second person there. I know that none of my snakes would harm anybody, except maybe Tessa, as Shana's pointing up there. But I wouldn't allow them to be handling a snake, be it big or little, if all it did was snap and bite. And we know that they would only do that out of defensive fear. But, you know, with a big snake, certainly you don't go, well, there you go, and walk away and leave that snake with any child. That would be quite stupid, actually, to do, like I said, even though I do completely trust, especially my Lily and Jack, and so do the kids, have great trust in both of them. So just a little video about, you know, children handling big snakes. Show them how to do it, to make the snake feel safe and secure. Then there's no reason also for a snake to be bothered whether it's a big person or a little person holding them. The snake just wants to feel safe and secure. So you all take care of yourself and your family, your friends, all your animals, but your snakes, definitely your snakes. Ciao. Okay everybody, this makes a really nice change because very rarely do you get to see me and Jack together. I'm generally the one holding the camera, so you can't get to see me and Jack actually spending time together as we do. And yeah, I'm standing up so that, you know, Jack knows this room so well, as you know, and he will just head on up and go and do his thing. But this is a little of, you can follow Jack a little bit too, Dale, if you like. A little bit of the me and Jack time that we do have together, and how comfortable he is with me. I like to be able to hold him and have him close, and for you to understand just they get to know you and who you are and how you hold them, and to trust the way that you actually physically hold them. And Jack just uses me, as I've said. I think with Jack it may have been, but I'm just that big old tree. Lily, I think it was actually, I apologise. You know, I am just that big old tree that moves with them. You know, a tree doesn't. You know, a tree stays perfectly still. They have to feel me too, and feel where I'm going and my movement, and they adjust themselves accordingly. Not so much the other way around. As you can see, he knows so well that I am not going to let him fall, that he can go up there and around there and over there on me, and I'm just going to keep him completely and utterly safe. And the more that you do this with your snake, the more they learn to respond to you, and not you always responding to them and what they require. Of course, there's an element of that involved all of the time, but in general, they'll make themselves flow with you and what you're actually doing. Jack has still got a real lot of growing to do, don't you? Hey? And is certainly going to get bigger, and so Jack doesn't care. I was watching a live stream, and I'll mention John Feely saying, he loves snakes, and yet he has such a fear of these guys, carpet pythons, constricting snakes. All snakes constrict, some more than others, absolutely. But in the reality, I'm 5'2", and I don't know, I don't care about my weight. I'm not a person that's ever been concerned about, I'm fat or I'm skinny or I'm otherwise, and I'm not really concerned about other people's weights either. But I'm 5'2" and I'm 45 kilos. Of course, Jack doesn't weigh 45 kilos, so lifting him up you would feel or think that he is 45 kilos. What do you think, Shana? He's quite a heavy boy. And yes, he's a very, very strong boy too. But in the reality of it, I have never been, in a situation where I've ever felt threatened that, and this little tail coming around here, never felt threatened that I was ever going to be constricted and choked. They do say it's very wise. If I had a 15-foot retic, I wouldn't be doing this. But then again, would I? I mean, if you know your snake very well, have spent a lot of time with them, I don't think it would stop me getting a retic out. But I don't think I'd be putting them around my shoulders either. I would have the availability where I didn't have to physically actually lift them out. So I would certainly have floor level where I could get their heads out and get them moving and bringing them out. That would be sensible. Jack is never going to be of a size where I'm going to have to worry about that scenario. He will always be of a size where I will be able to get him out and put him around my shoulders, knowing him for the boy that he is. Of course, he does have ground level where he can come out now, and very often he just does cruise on out all by himself. But I thought, while Shana had the camera, I would just show you, me and Jack together, and as you can see, he's just wanting to go and climb on anything, and he doesn't care whether it can support him more or not support him, because he knows ultimately that I'm supporting him through all of this. So anyway, guys, it's just a quick video of me and my boy, whom I love very, very much. And I know, guys, there's been so many videos of Jack. It's just that time of the year where he is the one that very much wants to be out. And so, you know, he's the one that's getting most of the videos done with at the moment. So I hope that you are enjoying being able to see him, because he is really the epitome of what carpet pythons are. So chilled and so relaxed and so easygoing. So John Feely, this is what you'll get with a carpet python. Truly beautiful and amazing pythons, and they are. And yes, I would say if you want a big snake, then coastal carpet pythons are it. Really they are. Of course I love my jungles too, as you know, but if you want a big guy and you want a gentle, sweet-natured snake, you're never going to go wrong with one of these. Absolutely. Can highly recommend them, even as your first carpet python. If you're going to get them, they're going to be a little bit snappy when they're babies. They should grow out of that really fast, and then this is the end result. But it is time being spent with them. Just remember, it doesn't happen, just doesn't happen leaving them in their enclosure and just getting them out to clean out. It's handling them and doing this with them, which I don't have to do that much of anymore, as you know, because my snakes are so used to it. Aren't you? Hey, so very used to it.
You're
And,
going,
you know, gone are the days where he could climb all over my head and my glasses, and it never was really that much of a bother, was it? But now you're just a big woofer for your mum, and she loves you. So guys, take care of yourself and your family, your friends, your snakes, like this big guy who just wants to go on up, as you can see, and all your animals. You right? You're getting the wobbles. I can feel you getting the wobbles.
He's just touching the fan.
Yeah? You're getting the wobbles, dude. Okay. Ciao. Thank you, Sean.
Going low on battery, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
before.
that's